podcast performance? I feel like you've had a couple down weeks. You might give a little bit more time.
Yeah, if I got more time, it really depends on what day before Friday, at what time of the day I remember to do this.
You guys do post every Friday?
Yeah. Well, we record, then it goes on to the next Friday. And then, if I remember. Sometimes I don't remember, and then it gets posted randomly. And I blame that on Justin and Noel.
Dang.
Because, y'all are supposed to be the ones that keep me in line.
Oh.
I also like to blame my wife while we're blaming people.
Oh. Okay.
I think you should edit on the clock.
I mean, realistically, the best time for me to edit would be the same day I record these things, so it's fresh to my brain. The majority of the time of me editing is me trying to find where we decided to start the entrance of the show, rambling the timeline because I can't remember. And I'm like, was that 15 minutes, 12 minutes? And I have to guess. The rest of it's pretty easy. It takes me about 20 minutes after that. We don't really edit any sound effects or anything into it anymore, so it's easy.
Low quality.
It's easy. Yeah, low quality. I mean, I'm not out here to make a good product. I'm just making a lot of a bad product.
All right. Let me rephrase it. High quality, low production.
High quality, low production. Every episode's a 5 out of 10. Wait, I meant to say out of 5, but whatever. You two have got like the crunchiest foods ever.
Sorry.
It's okay.
ASMR.
ASMR, a little ASMR. Oh, there's Justin with our microphone.
Hey.
Hi, bud.
I thought you got lost.
I did.
Give me the cord. You got lost
I
there.
don't remember what it was.
Where's the hole? There it is. Alright, let me,
I'm so scared.
That's what Diana said the first time she was here, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, don't be scared, bud. You've been podcasting for about 2 minutes now and didn't even know. Now I gotta pause this recording real quick so we can fix the mic. Well, don't worry, bud. When we get to the jazz part of the show, it doesn't matter about the parts you do contribute to. It's about the parts that you don't. Just like in jazz, it's about the notes you don't play.
That was profound.
Thank you.
You really gotta follow what Marshall's saying half the time.
It's like a common thing in jazz. I am just a modern day prophet or philosopher, and eventually, hundreds of years from now, I'll be recognized for my genius. Like Dionysus, Pluto, Socrates, I think they were philosophers. They might have just been teachers, I don't know.
Actually...
I will not be renowned... really botched that word. I will not be remembered for my historic efforts. I am no historian, but my philosophy, yes.
I actually heard the Library of Congress is already storing copies of your episodes.
Good. That's good. Oh god, that actually might be a thing.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
For what's the word? Posterity?
Yeah. Always. Oh, we've been rolling.
Yeah.
Alright, hang on, I gotta get my food. It's in the microwave.
At this point, the listeners have already shut off the episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moved
Like,
on.
we're
Don't
over
worry.
this.
Alright, hang on. I'll be back.
Oh, and he leaves again. I'm going to title this episode, Where in the World is Justin?
Well, say cuss word.
As long as there's no F's or Jeffs, it still counts as family friendly.
Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff. Well, we know what F is, but you need to know what a Jeff is? A Jeff would be the C word.
It's one of my favorites.
I know, right? It's pretty fun to pepper in there.
It's so effective.
Now, you can say all sorts of other stuff. And then, like, as long as you use the proper terms, that's just human anatomy, and that's family friendly, if not educational. You can play that in schools. But as soon as we put in an F or Jeff, it's no longer family friendly.
Alright, I'm in business.
Oh.
But yeah. Well, welcome back, Justin.
Hey, thank you.
How was your sabbatical?
Well, I learned a lot, and I've got nothing to contribute here. So.
Okay. As I told Zach, today's episode topic is going to be on freeform jazz and its history and how it led to the eventual combining with R&B and blues to create the rock and roll movement and eventually the hip hop and rap movement. What do you believe contributed the most to this?
Actually, what comes to mind is Leon Bridges. Do you know
Okay.
Leon Bridges? recently discovered. Well, personally, I recently discovered him on Spotify. Man, that is good stuff.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
That concludes the art part of this program. Let's move on to the next topic.
Beautiful.
What's the next topic?
Next topic is history.
Next topic.
Can you imagine we just shifted gears now, like 60 plus episodes into this and then an educational podcast?
Wow, we've been.
I mean, there was, that one episode where you and me floundered for like an hour to understand the international date line while Noel was gone. Mm-hmm. For 40 minutes arguing about something that had already been settled by scientists for years.
We usually struggle when you're not here.
That sounds about right.
We panicked. We apologized for that episode.
It looks good.
As long as we don't talk about date lines. What you got over there? What's everybody got for lunch?
So this is leftover. It's like the cheaper version of HelloFresh. It's called Every Plate.
Okay.
So it's
That sounds like it would be the knockoff of HelloFresh.
the same company.
HelloFresh. Here's the nice version, and then there's Every Plate. We just put stuff on there.
So the difference is, well, I think there's a few differences, but I mean, potato's a potato, right? But HelloFresh gives it to you in individualized bags.
Yeah.
Every plate, it's like they dump everything in, and it's in the
That's
box,
kind of
and
like,
you
what
gotta
was that
separate
other
out
one
yourself.
called?
Blue Apron.
Yeah, they just dump everything.
I think they went out of business.
Oh, did they?
Not a good business model.
No, theirs was pretty bad.
Oh,
My incentive to most people out there, if you're thinking about doing those kind of meal deals, just look up a recipe and go to the store.
Sounds so easy when you say it.
dang.
No offense. And if you're like, oh, it's the convenience of getting it delivered, Instacart. Might save you some money.
Instacart.
Maybe you should take that.
Huge. You hear people are like catering Chipotle for meal prep for the week now because it's cheaper than grocery shopping.
Really?
No kidding.
Yeah, they're getting like platters of Chipotle and making individual bowls.
Yeah, I can see that actually. That makes
Cheaper.
sense.
Yeah.
That probably cost you like what, $50?
No idea.
Okay, well, you made it sound like you had done this, Zach.
No, I've never done it.
Zach, no offense, but you strike me as the individual who would cater Chipotle to meal prep for a week.
I'm actually a Qdoba guy, so I'd cater Qdoba if I ever did it.
Okay, well, what does that run you back?
I haven't done that.
And-
Every information or tidbit I share, I learn from social media.
Okay.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Like,
It
so
might be
you're
fake.
you're essentially a representative for all Americans.
Right. So
Okay.
you could operate on the assumption that if you're really bad at grocery shopping, it might be easier to cater, but not cheaper.
Okay, now I'm going to circle back real quick, Zach, because I feel like you said something incredibly insane. Out of this main three, Moe's, Qdoba, and Chipotle, I've heard the people being like Moe's or Chipotle fans. I have never once heard someone say Qdoba is my pick.
I like Qdoba. It's good. Yeah.
But is it your favorite? Yeah, you want to
talking-
do that audible shrug and just say no?
We're talking pure range of what you can go in and order. I think Moe's tops.
Okay, I won't argue the variety. Moe's has the
But
best variety.
Moe's quality isn't always up to par.
Exactly.
Like when you go into Chipotle, you're always getting the same thing. But my big thing is like I got that that little gene where cilantro tastes like soap. And Chipotle doesn't have a cilantro-free rice option.
No, you know you can just order plain white rice, right?
No, because I don't like plain white rice, especially if it's in a bowl. And Qdoba has like brown rice, and that alone makes it superior. But also, they don't charge for queso, better veggies. I could go on.
Okay.
I don't want Chipotle either.
I am going to tell people you can just order regular rice at Chipotle. They will do that for you. So that's what they do for my wife. She has that same gene. Yeah.
Really?
You can just be like, I just get the regular white rice, no cilantro.
But if he wants brown rice, what do you do?
I'm sure you could probably.
Chipotle have brown
Yeah,
rice
they have
or-
brown rice. You could probably just say, hey,
So I not cauliflower, cilantro. They do have cauliflower rice. It's pretty good.
I'm sure you could just ask for plain brown rice.
I'd rather you not give me solutions when I prefer to complain.
Okay. That's fair. Really are representing most of America.
That's awesome.
Okay, so Qdoba. All right, well, I don't know where there is
Are you trying to
Qdoba near
turn
me.
me into a
I'm just telling you, there's other options out there other than Qdoba, bud. Now I haven't been to one in forever, so maybe it's gotten better. But the one near me was like run by 16-year-olds exclusively, all the way up to the management, and it went about as well as you expect a 16-year-old to run the business.
There was a while I was eating Chipotle like every day for lunch.
Okay, that can't be healthy.
Because it was in walking distance. And then the amount of sour cream I would consume in a week's time was insane.
Maybe order it without a couple days.
It's so good.
I mean, to be fair, it is really good. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I knew that was the wrong sentence to say.
Also, I had Qdoba far before I ever had Chipotle for the first time.
Oh, yeah?
Because the main academic building at Virginia Tech has a Qdoba on the first floor. So I would get Qdoba like 3 or 4 times a week.
Y'all had Qdoba? We had Saboros, and that was...
The pizza place?
Yeah.
The mall pizza joint?
Yeah. It was bad.
We had a Qdoba.
The Italian eatery.
And that was just past the hibachi place and the crepe place.
We had that. We had a Chick-fil-A Express. And then we had like a grocery store sushi mart. And that was pretty much it. Oh, and a Moe's. And that was it. Now, I've now been told they have a Panda Express and a bunch of nice restaurants at my alma mater. And I'm like, where was this when I was there?
That's that new age college experience because I didn't have any brand name restaurants on campus.
Yeah, so my college like hosted the vice presidential someone say the words for me. Vice presidential debate back in 2016, where famously Mike Pence called Longwood University Norwood University, and Norwood University got the influx of people applying instead of
Wait,
my
was that
school.
the one when the fly landed on his head?
Yeah, it was really.
That
funny.
was at Longwood?
Yeah.
Really? That was awesome.
Haven't I told you about it? No, I worked at the school during the time when they were doing that, and like my boss came up to me at the time and was like, "Hey, we're having important people from the presidential debate route come here to check out the school. They're coming through the building while you're on shift, and you're gonna be working the front desk. Do not be yourself." Which was hilarious to me, and I was like, "Why'd you schedule me?" You're like, "You need an important person. You picked me." All right. So my president of my school comes through, and I have never met this man a day in my life. Immediately walks up to me and goes, "Hey, Marshall, how's it going? How's that accounting degree going?" Blah, blah, blah. In front of all these people, I'm like, this man did research on me. All right. Shows a tour. But anyway, so after the vice presidential debate and that debacle, my school got like a bunch of money and started upgrading things. So my school went from like grungy to nice. And then you bring back that grunge. You shouldn't be happy at university. At no point in time should you never not be depressed while at school.
That's a weird vibe.
Well, actually, my school was rated in Virginia the happiest students with the lowest quality of living, so I don't know what that was about. Like, we had the worst quality of living for the longest time.
But the happiest students?
But the happiest students.
I'd like to see the sideways trend of teenage drinking that correlates.
There was a lot of drinking. There was a street that the cops would tell you on orientation, "Hey, this is where the parties are. We do patrol it." Like, we know, parents, you've heard about Buffalo Street and the parties that go on there. And as a person, as a freshman coming in, that was essentially the cops endorsing which street was safe to go party at to us.
That's funny. I mean, campus cops can do that.
Yeah, they were like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's right next to the school right there is Buffalo Street.
Off campus?
Like by a street over, maybe.
Outside the jurisdiction?
Nah, the campus police had jurisdiction in the whole town. But
Really?
the town police did not have jurisdiction on campus. Which I always thought was kind of backwards. Yeah, right?
Weird.
Like, a campus cop could go arrest me across town, but a town cop couldn't come on the campus to arrest me.
Because
Always know where you can get arrested. That's my lesson to the show. Let's start the show.
Warning! You are about to start listening to Punch the Clock, a podcast hosted by 3 self-proclaimed cooperate professionals, Marshall, Justin, and Noel, recorded entirely in their company's break room. Marshall claims to be the perfect man, but if that's his idea of perfection, I'd hate to see what imperfect is. Justin claims to be Will Arnett's best friend. However, a restraining order says otherwise. And Noelle believes she is a Disney princess. but we've never seen a crown. Finally, warning, please leave the show now before the podcast starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Punch the Clock, the only show that'll teach you how to flee from the cops. I'm your host.
That bombshell.
Your host, Marshall.
And I'm Justin.
I'm Noel.
And today's guest is Zach. Zach from Central Ops. How are you?
Zach with style in his mouth. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm doing well.
Are you?
Happy to be here.
Okay.
Terrified.
Terrified. That's good. Now, fun fact, I trained Zach when he came in, and I would like to publicly apologize for that now.
Well, Marshall was forced out of his position.
I was. Very rudely. After many scandals that I committed, they finally got me.
They got you out of there, huh?
They finally got me for tax evasion. Like Al Capone. No, welcome to the show. Zach, you're probably unaware of this because I'm assuming you've never listened to the show, have you?
Oh, every day.
Every day, okay. So you know then every time we get a new guest on the show, we ask you to rate us as your coworkers out of a scale of 5 to 7.
Wait, what?
What part of that was the what?
The entire thing.
Okay.
You did?
We need you to rate us as your coworkers. How good a coworker are we? On a scale of 5 to 7.
5
I
being
thought it was 1
5
to
to
7.
7.
Oh, 1 to 7.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm gonna say you're already putting us up.
7 being high, you're good.
Yep.
Yeah.
1 being I'd fire you if I could.
Oh, no one's a 1. I think that's pretty safe.
That's pretty good.
I think it's also pretty safe to say I'll never be in a position of power where I can fire any of you.
Okay, that's good. Well, maybe not. You already said we're not 1, so we want that.
I would say 7's across the board, except for Marshall. I'm going to give him like 6.2
That's fair.
because he has too many shenanigans.
Too many shenanigans.
Yeah. I can never. You're like the boy who cried wolf, except with like weird, funny jokes. So I can never tell if you're saying something that's real or not.
Or serious.
Yeah. I'll preference things with I'm being serious.
Yeah, like
Would that bring me up to 7 for you?
sure, yeah.
Okay.
Like I need.
I'm going to immediately abuse that. I'm going to be honest.
Well, I'm going to forget we agreed to this. So
That's fair.
Marshall's coping mechanism is humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
behind that.
you live my life, feel.
Easiest ways to cope.
Hey, you know, walk a mile in my shoes, you'd understand why I cope with humor. Anyway, therapy aside.
Anyway, I've got dessert today.
That's good.
A slice of cake.
Dang.
Oh, actually,
Okay.
I had this in here. King's Hawaiian roll. Sweet.
It's also a slice of
balling
cake.
in the lunchbox.
Oh, no. So let me explain. So I was going to heat
I don't
up my
think we
lunch
need
over
to.
there. And I'm like, I had this in here, but I didn't want to heat up the...
Okay.
So I had it. It was safely on the lid there.
Nice save.
Yeah. That I see how that would look
Yeah.
really like King's Hawaiian roll rolling around the dirty lunchbox.
I got no jokes for that.
Good.
Sorry, you were looking at me like you had, like,
You were looking at me like
I don't know. We're still looking at each other, but
we're
okay.
having a moment.
We are having a moment. Feel that? That's a connection. You know, what you doing after this? You want to get out of here?
I will follow you into the dark.
Sick. Well, you know, I have all the responses I wasn't expecting that one. Anyway, how's the cake?
I didn't have it yet. I'm enjoying the King's Hawaiian roll.
That's
first.
essentially cake anyway. Those things are pretty sweet, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I remember how they are.
See that? He said, I remember how they are.
You can't eat them.
Yeah, I can't eat them.
It's sad.
I wasn't sad until you told me it should be. I've accepted it. I went through the 5 stages of grief.
So would it kill you, or would it give you like a really horrible afternoon?
Horrible afternoon.
Okay. Is there anything that you've just said, screw it, I'll take a horrible afternoon? I need it right now.
Oh yeah, 100%. I have a whole list if you want it. Deep dish Chicago pizza.
Okay, when's the last time you had that?
It's been about a year. When I say horrible afternoon, Chicago deep dish pizza is like if I multiply that by 2.
Okay.
That's like pure pain, but delicious.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to learn how to make it myself. One of those, maybe if I went to like a world-renowned like Chinese restaurant, I'd probably be like, yeah, whatever. If I ever went over to Japan, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to be in pain all week. It's fine. Yeah, worth it. See? It all gets it. It's like if she was like, I can go to Japan, but I can only have dairy. I'm just going to have to deal. And I get to go to Japan. I get the trade-off. Everything in life has a trade-off and a consequence. I understand the
My
risk.
trade-off is death.
Yeah. Okay.
If I eat a peanut, man, I'm going down.
Yeah, so you're down and out.
Yeah, I don't get a grace period, or I'll just suffer through this one.
Okay.
Nah, I don't carry it.
Okay, I feel like you should have one at work.
I should. But
Justin, have you met? Justin, have you met some of our coworkers? You should really have an EpiPen.
what is that?
Like, we have coworkers that would literally hold a peanut in your face.
Oh yeah. So, friend of the show, Ralph.
Just
story.
call them out.
So this was probably about 4 months ago, and it actually was last summer, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Because he walked up to my desk, and he had his pointer finger and thumb pinched together, right, for the listeners to visualize this. And he was holding something, but it was like very, almost nearly microscopic. What I later found out 2 minutes later was that it was a peanut, and he was coming up to my desk and like pointing this at me, right? And I can't even see what's between his fingers. And he's like laughing, like, ha 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 ha. And I'm like, what the hell's so friggin' funny? He's like dying laughing, and he's like, it's a peanut. And I'm like, what the hell, Ralph?
That's so weird.
That's horrifying on multiple levels.
You tried
Test for their allergy?
Yeah, I was like, what the heck are you doing? What, you were a freaking lunatic?
You could die.
No, he was just gaslighting you and telling your allergy wasn't real.
Yeah.
I mean, at least with me, Justin, I'm like eating a Reese's cup. I'm like, hey, you want one? Is suicide the way out today? Let me know.
Oh my god.
If you need to go out the delicious way. It's dark on multiple
The thing
levels.
is, like, I don't even think it tastes good. I associate that smell with danger, you know?
Fair enough. Hold on one second. Listeners, we'd like to apologize for that last Reese's Pieces suicide joke. Suicide is always serious. Please contact the suicide helpline if you're ever in need. Thank you. Anyway. I don't know why y'all are laughing.
Because the way you just said it.
I'm anti-canceling us as we go.
Well, once you said it, I was like, okay, I guess we're going down that slope.
I am the biggest asset and risk to this podcast. Mostly because I edit it.
Do you have any, if you don't mind us asking, Zach, do you have any food allergies?
No.
Oh.
Actually, there's things that make my throat tickle, but there's nothing I don't eat.
Okay.
I feel like we've had this conversation. with you.
Like that Caesar salad that I just ate, like my throat is itchy because of it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You
But I think
know
it's
part?
I'm assuming the dressing because everything else is pretty generic.
Maybe it's the eggs. Are you allergic to eggs?
Bananas will get my throat itchy. Tuna fish will get my throat itchy.
Maybe you're allergic to fish.
Yeah.
No, just specifically like tuna fish. But again, there's certain things that are just
Maybe
too yummy
anchovy.
not to eat.
Anchovy bad for you? You ate just a straight anchovy?
I've never put an anchovy in my mouth, and
If you ate a Caesar, you
oh, Jesus, you're right. Okay, maybe I am allergic to anchovies, but no, to the best of my knowledge.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, well maybe if we just
debilitating allergy.
Yeah.
maybe if I just get an anchovy pizza, we can test this.
I'd rather not eat an anchovy. Clearly, I've eaten them against my will.
For all we know, it could be good.
Anchovies are disgusting.
For all we know, guys, just an anchovy pizza could be
I
good.
need to see a little
Maybe we're
fish
missing
with
out.
its eyes and tail on
Well,
a
we
pizza.
can get the
Anchovies are fish?
fillets.
Yeah.
It's a fish.
More you know.
Yeah.
They're like little fish.
I
They
envision
stink.
an anchovy. How does it in a Caesar salad dressing?
It's a little fillet, and then they chop it up really
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, the flavor.
An anchovy.
It's
Yeah,
a
but
really
flavor.
salty.
Like an olive.
It's actually in a lot of really good spaghetti sauces too.
I think they sell it near the olives.
Same
the
category.
Comes in can,
Yes.
comes in little fillets.
Yeah.
No, slimy.
Just a wee bit of fish. I'll do it with you.
Isn't like are anchovies like you always see them in like Tom and Jerry cartoons because they come in a can?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we
Just a
established.
little
Tom and
anchovy
Jerry
pizza.
got it around.
We've established.
Full circle.
I'll eat the anchovy. Just a little bit, bud. You and me, we sit down, we get a pizza with nothing but them fish on there, and we just scarf it down, bro.
A banana cake and cream cheese frosting.
Really, really want me to do this.
I'll do it with you.
I don't want to.
I'm a dessertaholic.
Okay, fair enough. I'll stop bullying you and we'll get back to the show. They're already doing it over there.
Noelle was inquiring about my slice
That does
of
look good,
banana
by the way.
cake with cream
So,
cheese
Marshall,
frosting.
when you do make this dessert pizza, I think you should bring it in so we can, taste this stuff,
Okay. For listeners out there who don't know, I am on my YouTube channel doing 50 states of pizza, where I find a weird pizza from each state and make it. So far, nothing too crazy. I did have to make a Reuben pizza for Alabama.
Very good.
Alabama. I can't talk to them. And I'm up to Hawaii right now. It's not in order. I have a little spinner. But they keep on mentioning I should make a dessert pizza. And I did find a state that does have one, and it's Connecticut. And it's a blueberry pizza.
Like a blueberry
I was
pie?
thinking like a
Kinda.
chocolate type pizza.
Yeah, I haven't found that yet. It sounded weird. It was like blueberry pizza with bacon and cheese.
Ew.
Nope, y'all committed to it.
No,
You
I was thinking like a nice chocolate.
I don't know what about weird pizza y'all weren't getting, but yeah.
You can't call it a dessert pizza if not everything on it is dessert.
You know what dessert pizza
I
is?
eat bacon as a dessert.
Funnel cake.
Oh yeah, kind of.
No, but you don't have the crust.
Not a huge fan. It's all crust.
The phone
No, but
cake's
you
all
don't have
crust,
that
yeah.
brown crust, and then you have the toppings.
Churro
and stuff.
crust.
Yeah.
With a funnel cake inside.
Plus, funnel
As a
cakes are
sundae.
overrated to me. They're messy. They're huge. I can't eat a whole one.
They get cold really quick.
Yeah.
And then they're no longer tasty.
I can't eat any. Yeah, it's true. When they do get cold, they don't taste as good. At least from what I
I feel
remember.
like they're kind of pricey for what they are.
Yeah, or maybe. I don't know. I haven't had one in a while. But yeah, I forgot where we were. Pizza.
Yeah. You're talking about doing your YouTube channel.
Oh yeah. Anyway, that's great. Go find me, Marshall Johnson. Shout out to my YouTube channel.
Shout out.
Shout out to all the media I just do for no reason. Just have a desire to create, throw it out there.
Marshall is a local content creator.
Content creating for no one in particular but myself.
Are you still doing the mountain biking channel?
No, that got kind of dangerous in a weird way. Well, not like in a bad people were stalking me way, but like. So when you're mountain biking, you're going very fast right on the trail. The last thing you want is someone slamming the brakes in front of you. And what I was having was people would recognize me and the wife, and they would be so excited. They'd be like, "Hey, here!" And they would slam on the brakes in front of me to stop and talk to me, causing me to have to slam on my brakes.
Oh, man.
And that got dangerous. And then the other flip side of it was people were trying to get their kids to ride with us and just dump them with me. Without ever meeting me, talking to me, or anything.
People trusted you with their kids.
Yes. Yeah, the three of y'all know how insane that is. Like, the kids would see me and be like, "Oh, yeah, what's she said?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, cool. Here's a sticker, blah, blah, blah." And, I'll be nice and friendly. I'm not going to be a jerk. And the parents would be like, "Oh, yeah, go take a lap with them." And I'd be like, "You don't know me."
Yeah, that's weird.
And all of a sudden, I got, kids following me for,
to the woods with this stranger.
right? Like, here is a...
carefully crafted social media presence.
I guess so. I don't know when I became the family-friendly guy, but there was and these would be parents who did not bike. They would be like, "Oh yeah, go with them." Then all of a sudden, I have kids with me for 2 hours of my ride, and it's like you just sent your kids off of a stranger into the middle of a woods, and the stranger is a big bearded hairy man. What were you thinking? So for the safety of others, and the other problem is I don't want to be in charge of the safety of these children. These people could sue me if their kid. Mountain biking is dangerous. You can break an arm or a leg. And this was becoming almost every ride. So I was just I just gotta stop doing this because I can't. I became a victim of my own success, I guess.
Somewhere in a local middle school, you're like a champion hero.
I guess.
People are talking about you at the lunch table.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Yeah, I feel bad about not doing it anymore, but it was I can't get through a ride without. And then the other problem was I was getting married too, and it was I can't focus on everything at once. I gotta drop something.
You chose a wife. Big mistake.
I did choose my wife. Now that you say that, having never met my wife, if you meet
She's a
her,
nice lady.
I'm sure she's a lovely woman.
okay.
The institution of marriage is the topic for it.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, we're gonna move on to our next topic: the institution of
tone to a lot of things.
Did you? I was gonna say, did you read that on social media?
No. Lived experiences. I've got 4 ex-wives.
No, you don't.
That would be insane.
I mean, dude, I have 2, but I don't have 4. That's impressive. Yeah.
No, he doesn't. He's loaded.
Long story.
He's been to Vegas. Ask me how many times he's been to Vegas.
This is why I can't hang out with you. You turn me into Emilio Bedelia, and I just go along with exactly what you said.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
fun.
what I do all day long.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I just let Marshall talk, and I'm like, yeah, none of what he's saying is actually correct.
I feel like it is sometimes.
I joined
Or
it.
I
Man.
have to decode what you're saying.
Well, no, a lot of time people ask me to explain it, and I'm realizing I'm not explaining it in depth enough, and then I'll explain it, and some people will be like, huh, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, I guess so.
So, I think it's fair to say that the sugar in that cake I just ate counteracts the diet part of this Coke.
Yeah, probably.
So,
The Diet Coke is what allows you to have both.
yes.
As someone who counts their calories, I know.
Well, you know what they say on social media. What is it? Aspartame? Aspartame?
Uh-huh.
It's worse for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was
What
right.
they say on social media, man.
It's aspartame.
So this is...
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Aspartame.
Whatever you want to go with.
I kind of prefer his way.
This is hilarious because Zach can become our social media correspondent,
There you go.
friend of the show,
That's a dangerous, slippery slope to go on.
correspondent to social media.
I'm here for it.
And I can provide as much misinformation as I want.
Hey, congrats on the new job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I think we made Diana our social media representative
Yeah,
and
but she
never
doesn't.
gave her any of the keys to
She
the
doesn't.
stuff.
And then one day I was asked to be part of the show.
Yeah, one day we just made you part of the
It was
show.
like, hey, it was like, we were 25 minutes in talking about Twizzlers. And all of a sudden Marshall was like, so hey, do you want to be a part of the show?
Random thought. You want to just be a host? This will save us some time.
There you go.
But
I like it.
anyway, time to move on to another segment that we call the Institution of Marriage, aka Relationship Advice with Marshall.
Oh,
Here
it's
we
gonna
go.
be a good one.
Hurtful.
Just saying.
Always be considerate of your partner's needs. Unless they have the need for speed, turn them into the cops. This has been Marriage Advice with Marshall.
Great when you are.
Okay. Here's the- So, we do have some listener mail. Send in your listener mail to punchtheclocks@gmail.com if you feel like we're the guys who can solve your problem. Hello, gang and guests. Oh, sorry, there's a typo. Anyway, hello, gang and guests. I need to get fired from my job. Reason being, if I quit... Such a weird thing. If I quit, I don't get the severance package. However, my company offers a severance package if you're fired, and it's quite generous. I have tried everything. I've been mean, nasty. I've neglected my job. I've done everything short of being homophobic, racist, or just an outright jerk. How can I get fired without having to stoop to any of those levels? Sincerely, needs to be fired in Nebraska.
I mean, wait, so if they get fired, they get a severance package?
Apparently. But if they quit, they get nothing.
I feel like there's got to be like some stipulation there that if you're fired with certain cause
I'm
too egregious, you're
I'm
not
going to
gonna get-
assume that like the homophobic, racial, and like everything else was probably part of that clause. Like if you commit any of that, just flat out nothing.
I mean,
stop coming in.
Okay, just don't come nowhere.
I mean, you could like go
Force
to
their
the
hand.
handbook, Control F for fireable offenses or termination, and you'll find all the places that will result in termination, and just do those things.
Maybe it's like a with clause thing. Like if they have cause, then he doesn't get it. But if they just straight out fire him, then he gets it. You know what I mean? Like,
Is it an at-will state?
there you go. See, I like Zach's idea because if he just doesn't show up, worst case scenario, you don't work there anymore and they just keep paying you.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like not showing up would be one of those things
Yeah,
that
but it
you can
probably
do that
would.
won't get you a severance package.
Have you thought about just dissing your boss's style the whole time? Just be like, every time they come in the morning, be like, morning. Oh, that's an ugly choice of shirt for you today.
I mean,
technically, that's not something normally you get fired for, but if you do it enough, I don't think that'd be a whiff cause thing.
Harassment. Right at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You,
Never flush the bathroom toilet. How about that?
Oh God.
Tell everybody you're trying to save water.
do everything in your power to make your job replaceable.
Right, there we go.
So
Automate it and show them how you did the
show them
automation.
how they don't need you, and they will happily let you go.
Now here's the
severance package will be cheaper than keeping you on.
True, unless they promote you.
What's in the severance package?
I just said they had a generous severance package.
Probably 3 months. Oh, that's pretty standard.
That'd be
3 months
Is
pay.
that?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That you get it one time.
Didn't say. I'm only as good as what they give me. I'm sorry.
Well, seems those are some pretty good options.
There's some pretty good options. Noah, you got anything for us? I feel like you're quiet on the getting fired front.
I never thought about it, so I have no idea.
Ooh, cook fish in your office. Every single day.
Oh, come on. That's brutal, man.
Yeah.
I know.
Listen to this podcast on full volume.
Hey, just play this episode.
So basically, you create an environment
even
where
better. Listen to screamo music, full volume, in your office.
But I see
Unless your boss is like secretly a rocker.
Yeah.
do something that's going to cause everybody else to lodge a complaint.
Yeah.
And that way it's an overwhelming influx of complaints.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go holistic for the deodorant and showering route.
Oh, come on. That's
Create
not
a
fair.
funk.
Ew.
That's brutal.
Yeah, I know, but we're trying to get fired here without cause.
I mean,
Like the fish, there is no thing in any handbook to be like, you can't cook fish.
but I mean, wouldn't you like smell yourself? Would that be gross?
I think you get used to it eventually.
I don't think you will ever get used to it.
Okay, fair enough. I do think Zach's is pretty easy.
Yeah.
I was gonna say start talking in a Jamaican accent, but
Find
that might
out.
be racial.
Find out who's gotten fired recently and what they got fired for.
There you go. You can get fired without cause. just neg your boss every single day.
And just insult after insult after insult.
Yeah. But I got that report done for you. Not that you're gonna read it on time.
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful though, because the severance package will only last you so long, and you need to get another job.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Pick up the
It's not the
bongos.
smartest decision to do.
I know. It seems pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Maybe they had a good reason. I don't know.
So, dumb reason.
You know what, listener? Be better.
No, I'm never say a job you don't like or want.
Yeah. Quit. Just quit.
But
Maybe they're trying to get fired and then start a new job. Maybe it's one of those deals. It's just such a weird circumstance. It's hard to grasp around, isn't it?
It's like counterintuitive, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like, I want to be fired, please.
Yeah. I don't understand why they would reward them with a severance package.
I don't know either. Maybe it's like a legal thing in the state. If you fire someone without cause.
there might be.
Oh, I see.
Like with cause, like your obvious ones, like probably like, you can't be racial, sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Hey, just wear a Speedo to work every day. They'll fire you for that eventually.
Okay. That would be a look for sure.
Or they'd be like, we would fire Speedo Mike, but he's our best employee.
Speedo. Just please make sure he doesn't drop anything.
Refer to yourself as Speedo Mike and give no context.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, okay, I think we nailed that one.
Uh-huh.
All right, moving on.
Any other mail?
No other mail.
No.
Well, we do have a bunch of like ones I didn't really think were that good. I can read those.
Okay.
Sure.
Sure.
Let's just go through it.
Those would be
I'm going to summarize these because I don't feel like giving these people credit.
You get
So people who put in mail and then hear their mail after the sentence, I didn't think they were very good.
Oh yeah, we're alienating some listeners.
Let me get some coffee.
If you could grab me some water, that'd be great. Buddy.
Sure.
Thank you.
Aw, how cute. Every
Thanks.
time Justin's getting you something to drink. That's
Yeah.
a good friend.
You really do like stands our relationship. You're like, I'm behind this. What animal would you say is closest to a Pokemon? Electric eel. So the animal that gives off electricity. Tell me I'm wrong,
Wait.
Zach.
Are we going by
I don't know
looks
Pokemon.
or...
Me either.
Wait, what?
I don't know Pokemon.
You don't know Pokemon?
No.
Do you know Pikachu?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
This is
Yeah,
a
they're
Do you know
bald as
Eevee?
Pikachu.
cultural phenomenon.
Eevee?
Who?
Eevee?
Little fox thing?
Yeah. Eevee. Oh, wow. You don't play Pokemon Go?
Nope. Never got on
No.
that craze.
Okay.
Was that peak COVID?
Yeah, it was a lot of that.
Yeah, peak COVID, I was operating on unemployment, still living in my college apartment.
Oh.
So
Fair enough.
I was up to no good.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Casually admit to a lot of crimes on this podcast.
No, you know,
It's been a very elaborate
Doesn't
sting
mean-
operation. Let's
doesn't
get.
mean they were illegal crimes, so.
Okay, fair enough. Game the system to your advantage.
oh, absolutely, I did.
100%.
I'm gonna take every last penny from the government that I can.
I feel you. Hold on a second. Hey, Justin. Know any Pokemon? Know any Pokemon?
Blastoise.
Yeah, you know any animals that you would think were like a Pokemon?
A bearded dragon.
This is why. Okay, good enough. This is why I didn't want to read this one out loud because I was like, no one, well, except for maybe Noel, could think of an animal.
Yeah, don't you have like a Pokemon thing on your desk?
They do.
Yeah. What animal do you think closely resembles a Pokemon? The only thing I got is electric eel.
Wait, there's a fox, a gerbil, but they don't have like the power. So if we're
So
going
they're
by
just
that,
normal type.
yeah.
just an
Well,
animal.
if we're going by looks, that's where I'm gonna say.
Okay. I guess sharks maybe.
Yeah.
They
The
got that
fish, the koi fish?
smelling there. Moving on
Is
to
that
another
Pikachu?
one.
Is that like a mouse?
Yeah, it's the mouse thing.
Yeah.
What G-rated character do you think would swear the most if they were allowed to?
Tommy Pickles.
What? What G-rated character do you think would swear the most if they were allowed
Mickey
to?
Mouse.
Yeah, you said Tommy
From
Pickles
Rugrats, right?
and Mickey Mouse. Why?
Stuart Little.
Oh,
Stuart Little? You think the little mouse would be cursing up the store?
Oh, I'm sure he's got road rage in that little toy car.
absolutely.
Okay.
I had
You
the
know, it's
little
really
toy
funny to bring that up. My
Fair
daughter
enough.
was watching that movie for the first time on an airplane a couple weeks ago, and we watched it like every flight we were on, Stuart Little, and all three of us had to have it on our screens.
Isn't that like
Oh my gosh.
like Lip Nicky or whatever his name is? The kid?
What?
And Stuart Little.
What about Stuart? Why?
The
little
boy.
boy.
Yeah.
I'm not the expert in Stuart Little.
Okay, sorry.
You were looking at me like you know this.
He's the kid from.
It's from Jerry Maguire.
Yes, is
Okay.
exactly
Love
what I was going to say. Yeah,
I think Hugh Laurie was in that.
he
movie?
was.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've not seen Stuart Little in years.
But I had the little car with the little mouse in it
Okay. That's pretty cool.
when I was young.
Pretty cool. I don't think I watched the whole movie, if I'm being honest. I saw Flubber as a kid. That was awesome for
Flubber?
me.
Yeah.
I had Weebo,
Never saw Flubber?
the yellow
like so.
floating like machine
Fair enough.
with Rob Williams. I had that.
It's like a
I was
weird
obsessed with,
Robin
like-
Williams movie.
Go back to these
Not much
characters
has changed then.
Yeah, no.
that have popped in my head.
Okay, well, rattle them off, bud.
Simone and Pumbaa,
Yeah, okay. Nailed it.
Sebastian from The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you
yeah.
totally would.
Well, I said a lot, but those are the two that are in my head right now. Continue to think. There's so many Disney characters that are just like
Yeah.
written in to be
Shrek.
problematic characters.
Shrek.
He's
Shrek
already,
does swear.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he could swear harder.
He's going hard to swear. Sorry. Probably Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We would all know how abusive that movie is. Just give him a couple F-bombs to change the whole tone of that movie.
Swiper from Dora.
Yes.
Absolutely cuss up
That's a good
storm.
one.
Okay, maybe I should have read this one out loud.
You never know where a conversation will take.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, the last one I feel like I was pretty accurate on, but this one, yeah. Well, Bart Simpson, well, he's not. He has swears.
It's what you call the Simpsons G-rated.
Peanuts, like Charlie Brown and them.
Yeah, fair.
Oh,
You're right.
yeah.
PG-13. Charlie Brown.
Yeah, they already kind of do the runt where you're like, what are they actually saying to one another?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What's that?
Okay, good.
What?
I was letting him back room.
Oh, dang.
Loose snake that sandwich, all right.
A little office fun. Nothing will see employees move faster than
Free food.
Free food, yeah.
Yeah.
leftover lunch email blast.
Yeah, fair game, man. I understand.
It gets tossed out.
I mean, I do like those
I like
salads.
how
They're
they
pretty
sent one
good.
out yesterday because I guess people went and grabbed it before the email was sent out.
Yeah, it was a little passive aggressive in the email.
Yeah.
Reminder:
I mean,
some
it was
people
like-
get out of the meetings late.
Yeah.
Don't take their lunch.
Yeah, there was like a stampede for those lunches yesterday. We were sitting there, and I was like, in the lunchroom, I would not have had a chance to grab one.
What?
They clear out pretty quick.
I know,
Those people
isn't
were
it?
just filled like when I went up there.
Just stealing all those lunches from over there. I feel like I
good
need a
food.
character. I haven't thought of a character.
Yeah, we found plenty in here.
This is why I didn't read it. I was going to be embarrassed, and I knew it. Just shows how few childhood characters I can think of.
I think of like what about like Roger Klotz from Doug?
Any of the villains from Disney movies.
You might be aging yourself.
Oh my gosh, are you
Oh,
serious?
I got
you guys
it.
never watched Doug?
Daffy
No.
Duck would.
I never watched it.
Daffy
No?
Duck.
Do you know
Yeah,
what I'm talking
there we
about?
go.
I know what you're
Duck
talking
does
about. I know
nice.
what he looks like.
Does
Yeah.
He's got like
What
little
do we do
beady
that?
eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daffy
He's
Duck
got
could
like
pull it
kind
off.
of like a bald head. He's got
And
a
on the
little
same
Yeah,
flip
yeah,
side of
yeah.
that coin, Daffy Duck and Donald
Jeez,
Duck
I
would.
feel like ancient
Oh, yeah.
sitting over here.
Okay, I got one.
Frollo for Hunchback.
What? Is that a thing?
He's the villain
Frollo the Hunchback?
from Hunchback Notre Dame.
Okay.
It's a great movie.
Is that a movie?
Yeah,
Okay.
animated.
I've never seen it.
That movie would never be made today by Disney, but we won't go there.
Fair enough.
You know, I've been listening to podcasts called Business Wars. One of which is the Pixar Disney
Yeah.
showdown.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I didn't know this, but Toy Story, the concept was developed like in the, I'm not mistaken, like the 80s or something,
Uh-huh.
or late 70s, early 80s,
Yeah.
and then finally came to fruition
Mm-hmm.
in 1995.
Pixar was owned by Apple in the beginning.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Steve Jobs ran it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What is something that way too many people think is okay to do? Fish in the break room. But anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay to do.
Yeah, what is something?
Leave like their trash in a store on a shelf.
Ooh.
Yeah, especially if it's cold
I hate
stuff.
that.
You ever do that, bud? Just leave your groceries on the shelf in the store.
No, but my girlfriend does it, and I make her feel bad by going out of my way to put them back.
That's a good way to shame her.
It's bad juju. Bad juju.
Very
It's the
loudly,
worst when I see like a TV dinner just got it's over.
very loudly announce, "Oh, don't worry, babe. I'll put it back because you
Or
can't."
ice cream.
Embarrass
Ice cream's the
her.
worst.
Off the shelf.
Ice cream in the chip aisle.
Yeah.
A decision was made here.
Or
Or when you find
the
like,
clothes aisle, like somebody was looking at clothes. Oh, the other day when I was at Target, I was like looking
fair enough. Moving on.
at like
She's getting fired up right now. I feel the build up.
I was looking like in the book section that has like all the cool like kind of toys like for the collector items, and somebody had some underwear just laid out across the books in that section.
Used or new?
No, but like
Okay.
it was really randomly placed, and they were like laid out like somebody was trying to pick which one they wanted.
In the book section.
Yeah, in the book section.
I mean, sometimes you gotta make a choice between like underwear
was
and,
like,
education.
Interesting.
It's just someone making a hard decision in life.
I was like, what the heck is this?
I find it funny when I find meat in the beer aisle. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if that was the best decision they put. I get that it's cold, but I feel like you gave up something that you should have kept.
What about like not using your turn signal?
Oh, yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, this morning it was scary. This car just like went right in front of Brian and I. And I was like, what the heck? No turn signal, then did it again.
I already apologize for that.
It was not you. I know what car you drove.
Scary.
But Marshall's main concern was Brian.
Yeah, is
okay?
Brian okay? Please tell me Brian's all right.
He's okay. He was a little scared.
Oh, thank God.
So do you know the background on this?
Nope.
Nah,
You
we're
wanna
not
brief
diving
Zach
into
on
it.
that?
Maybe next week.
Yeah, we'll go next week.
Okay.
Anyway.
You can fill me in off air.
I'll fill you in off air. We don't need to go over it again. People have heard it.
You embarrassed?
No, I'm not embarrassed. I'm very rarely embarrassed.
Okay.
It's a nice skill to have in life, trust me.
So I don't know if I was saying this on last week's show, but one of my favorite things to do is, and it happens like once or twice a month at best.
Don't say cocaine.
No. I hear something funny, like usually on the radio or something, or like a podcast. And I think the first thing I immediately think of is, wow, this would be a hilarious question to ask Marshall. And I keep it in my back pocket until the right moment when he's sitting at his desk and just totally in the zone on something. And I'll get up and ask him blank. And I know I've hit him good when he's like, wait, what?
You've actually done that a lot on the podcast.
I know. I know.
He's like, what did you just say, buddy?
Interesting. Earlier in the episode, you complained about me turning and talking to you. You're like, but then you encourage it out of me as soon as I'm focused on something. Give me mixed signals, bud.
I know, sorry. That's too funny.
Well, that bombshell, that's going to end today's episode. Zach, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Happy to be here.
Are you really?
Oh, overjoyed.
Okay. You don't have to lie to us.
How's your throat? Is it still scratchy?
No, I'm good.
Thank
Happy
goodness.
to have, I was going to say something that I don't think would be appropriate for this podcast, so with that...
Yeah, feel free. I don't care. Yeah, feel free.
I was just going to say you popped my podcast cherry.
Oh, you're welcome. That was probably not appropriate. Like I said, as long as there's no F's and Jeffs, it's fine.
I prefaced it.
On that bombshell.
You give me permission, and we'll see if this makes it through post-production.
Oh, I'm not editing that out. I'm keeping that in. It's probably one of the best jokes right at the end for the listeners. So that's a treat for anybody who made it all the way through to the end.
There you go.
So anyway, you got anything you want to shout out? Books, TV shows, anything you've been watching, listening to?
Ooh, no, but you should prepare me for this question because I feel like I could have had some good stuff.
Yeah, I should have told you. You got any social media that you want people to find you on?
No, I'm incognito, thank you though.
Fair enough. All right, well, maybe we'll let some people go around. We'll come back to you.
Yeah, I've dropped a few hints about myself, my name, and where I went to school, so we'll see if there's any internet sleuths out there that can track me down with context clues.
Yeah, they might be able to. I mean, I'm just fully out there. These two don't get their last name. Most people don't, but I'm just Marshall Johnson out here.
Yeah.
Good luck. Come find me. But Justin Newell.
Shout out to the CIA safe house that's right outside of our building.
Sounds right.
So,
Sorry?
so it's a theory. It's a working theory. But you know that house that's right over there? I'm not going to name streets, but it's like kind of randomly placed across from the moving place. I'm telling you, that's a CIA safe house.
Weird traffic in and out?
Weird traffic.
Wait, which way are we looking? That way or what?
That way.
Okay.
Yeah, towards the
Okay.
point.
On the street that runs by the Wawa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just obscure. Sometimes there's cars. Sometimes there's not. You don't see a whole lot of in and out. I think it's a safe house.
Could be.
Interesting. Well, that was really something.
Anyway, shout out to the CIA safe house, whoever they keep it safe.
Fair enough.
Shout out Critical Flick on YouTube.
Fair enough. Anything else?
Shout out, I don't know, you guys for being you.
Thanks.
Sensational.
Sensational. I would like to shout out the feeling of sensations. That's pretty great. I'd like to shout out sense of smell. Loving that.
Okay.
Shout out to the country of Nicaragua. I'm sure they're doing great things, maybe not.
Okay. Is that Central America?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Costa Rica while we're at it. And shout out to my YouTube channel, Marshall Johnson.
Wow.
You can learn how to cook.
Nice.
Shout out to the relationship between the CIA and Nicaragua, since we're on the topic.
Oh,
Fair enough.
nice.
Shout out to
I
Banana
like that.
Republics. There's the first thing. Anyway, you can find us on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, and many, many more. I've been Marshall.
And I'm Justin.
And I'm Noel.
And Toodles.
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 Good stuff.